recent research findings from 2017 clearly suggest that the results of cohesion policy depend on factors that can only be partially tackled inside cohesion policy. In other words, even the best policy programming and implementation systems are unable to overcome the negative effects of globalization and integration in some territories if they're not complemented by proper coordination. Policymaking and implementation systems, for example, comprehensive governance system with a clear territorial dimension, similar to country-specific recommendation CSRs, even full implementation of ex-ante conditions, strict observation of concentration rules, and full achievement of targets under performance frameworks do not provide assurance that countries and specific regions will improve their competitiveness. The challenge for the EU is not only to accelerate growth, but also to resume convergence, to ensure that all parts of the EU are able to exploit the growing globalization of trade and technological change. Furthermore, there is untapped potential to increase countrywide productivity by improving the performance of regions. This demands a more granular approach to structural policy, tailored better to the specific conditions of the different types of regions and communities across the EU. Since the Structural Reform Support Programme regulation entered into force, there has been a very high take-up of the programme by member states, with the request for support significantly exceeding the amount of funding available for its annual cycles. The Commission's proposal seeks to amend Regulation EU 217/825 in order to increase the financial envelope of the Structural Reform Support Programme and adapt its general objective. The Commission has chosen to do this in the light of the higher number of requests from the Member States for funding for structural reforms. The experience to date has shown that many Member States have requested support under the programme, and that requests for support are distributed across all support policy areas covered by the programme, such as governance and public administration revenue, administration and public financial management, growth and business environment, labour market, education, health and social services, the financial sector and access to finance. As the rapporteur for this regulation in the European Parliament, my aim is to find the right balance between protecting the budget of the cohesion policy and promoting the structural reforms. Structural reforms can help member states to create a crucial base for the better absorption of the EU funds, and they can help them to attract future investments. The ECR's policy line is not just to spend money, but to spend it in a way that it creates the added value and to promote growth. We should all be aware that we live in the challenging times with upcoming Brexit, globalization, unemployment. Many member states struggle with the lack of know-how. In that regard, for them, it's very important to be updated and to be able to compete with the more experienced member states. Therefore, we are not in the position just to take sides anymore. We should start thinking in a holistic way and to take ongoing circumstances more into account. Thank you very much.